Thank you very much, Mr. Rossendale. It's a pleasure to serve with you in the chair, and I congratulate my honourable friend, the member for Southport, for securing this debate. I enjoyed his speech. There was one notable omission. He did not mention Southport's most famous son, who was Red Rum, who lived in a stable behind a garage, who then, on the beach, cured his ills and won 3 Grand Nationals from there. Hopefully that will be remembered in Southport's town deal. Lowestoft, Mr. Rossendale, has its own town deal, which will play a key role in the post-Covid recovery and in transforming the town, making it a compelling place in which to live, work and to visit. The town investment plan was produced through the Lowestoft Place Board, on which I sit, under the chairmanship of Stephen Javes, and special thanks must go to the officer team at East Suffolk Council, who are now hard at work in turning an exciting vision into a compelling reality. Covid has in many ways accelerated processes of change in our towns that were underway in any case. But it has hit Lowestoft particularly hard, and the immediate challenge that we face is to get people back into the town where there are so many independent businesses offering bespoke and special products and experiences. This is the objective of the Bouncing Back campaign, which is being promoted by Lowestoft, the Lowestoft Journal, and East Suffolk Council. There is also a need, Mr. Rossendale, for private landlords to play their role in coming forward with realistic rents and lease expectations that properly take into account current market conditions. We need to step off that unseemly, not-so-merry-go-round where tenants, full of expectation, sign leases with the benefit of a rent-free period, and when that ends, they find their businesses unable to sustain an unrealistically high rent. They leave, then someone else comes in, and the whole saga is repeated. We need to stop this. I appreciate that this is not necessarily a matter for the Minister, but it is for my previous profession as a chartered surveyor. From my experience over the years, and I've not been in practice now for over 11 years, the commercial property sector has been much slower than, say, the agricultural sector to accept market realities and to adjust rents downwards when they need to go down and in line with what tenants can afford to pay. Perhaps commercial landlords are clinging on to the notion of the upward-only rent review clause, which is now very much a thing of the past. They and their lenders should fully accept, and I acknowledge that some of them do, that this is in the past and work in the new reality. The Lowestoft Towns deal is based on the town's rich history and heritage and seeks to take full advantage of the new opportunities emerging in the marine environment, in renewable energy and sustainable fishing, and also showcasing the South Beach and the close proximity to the Broads, and that's the Suffolk Broads as well as the Norfolk Broads. The initial public sector funding of £24.9 million will unlock a minimum of £354 million of private sector investment. A wide variety of projects are proposed, including the Station Quarter, the Historic Quarter, the Cultural Quarter, and the Marine Science Campus. They themselves may well require some additional pump priming from sources such as the Levelling Up Fund and the Community Renewal Fund. And my concern, Mr. Rossendale, is that at present, Lowestoft is unfairly disadvantaged in submitting bids to these funds. Despite high levels of deprivation, the town is neither in Priority 1 for the Levelling Up Fund, nor is it designated a priority place for the Community Renewal Fund. Lowestoft is remarkably similar in many ways to Great Yarmouth, which is 10 miles up the coast, with the same challenges and the same opportunities. Yet Yarmouth is in Category 1 and is a priority place. I don't begrudge Great Yarmouth for this. It is right that they should have these designations, but so should Lowestoft. Nelson Ward in Yarmouth. is the 39th most deprived nationally, but Kirkley and Lowestoft is the 25th. 20% of children live in low-income families in Yarmouth, but 25.5% do in Lowestoft. In Yarmouth, 22.5% of the population have been diagnosed with a long-term life-limiting illness or disability. In Lowestoft, this figure is 28%. An explanation that has been given for this disparity and unfairness is that Lowestoft is now part of a large district council area, the recently formed East Suffolk Council, where there are far better off places such as Aldborough and Southwold, which conceal this hidden deprivation. Not so hidden from my perspective. However, I'm not sure that this argument in itself holds water. King's Lynn and West Norfolk, again a place I have no grievance against, primarily because I used to spend summer holidays there with my late grandmother, is a priority place and a priority in priority 1 category, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't deny, however, that there are deprivation challenges in King's Lynn, but is that really the case in such places as Blancaster and Burnham Market, which has been dubbed Chelsea on the Sea? Mr. Rossendale, I'm not holding out a begging bowl, but what I am looking for is fairness and a level playing field. And at present, we haven't got that for Lowestoft. The government have been very helpful in enabling us to secure the funding for the Gullwing Bridge and the Lowestoft Flood Defence Scheme, 2 vitally important infrastructure projects which are now under construction. But moving forward, we must be given the same opportunity as other similar places in being able to submit on the same level, being able to submit bids to the Levelling Up Fund, the Community Renewal Fund, and the forthcoming UK Shared Prosperity Fund, starting in the same place on the same starting grid as towns and places with similar challenges. I've written to the Minister highlighting these concerns. I've spoken to him, and he has listened patiently. But I urge him and his colleagues to look again and to right this wrong. Thank you.